everyone, this is Garrett, and this is Sirius Sam 2. We are about to do level 36, Siriusopolis Uptown, starting the final episode, Sirius.
This is the moment that we've all been waiting for. It's time to get rid of this evil once and for all. Are you ready?
Ready. Acknowledged.
Check. Affirmative.
Roger. Rabbit. Roger.
Ready.
We're going in. Follow me.
Oh my god! The cannon is losing power!
He failed, and I trusted you guys.
He's still very much alive, don't you think?
He's all alone deep inside enemy territory. He has no chance at all.
Remember who you're talking about. He's no ordinary human. He's special.
When I was young, they used to tell me that I was special. Stop! This is no time to argue. You can do that later. If there is going to be later, he's still our last hope. If he fails, we are all doomed. I wonder what's happening to him now.
Let's rock and roll. Oh boy, oh boy, one more time. Crap.
Hi, this is George Beeknar reporting live at a crash site near Highway 25. It seems that an unidentified flying object crashed into the priceless statue of our leader, Mr. Mental. The authorities still can confirm.
Ha! That should keep him busy for a while.
Well, that could have gone worse. And we made it to planet Sirius.
Great! There are weapons scattered all over. Pick them up and get moving, soldier!
And planet Sirius looks all futuristic-like, with a bunch of big signs that says Crit Team Presents, and then if you wait a while it says Sirius Sam 2. So in a way they were kind of prepared for this whole invasion, I suppose. But we're just gonna ignore the train sounds which are coming from seemingly nowhere, and we are going to move forward to grab some guns before we go to the secret areas and whatnot. Also, there's a new enemy type, the Floater. It floats, sometimes it fires, it mostly spins a lot and hits things. It is not very accurate. I don't think I've ever seen one hit. And, yeah. They're pretty fast though, so I guess that could be kind of a problem. Also, these guys are back, which is actually a bit more of a problem, and I'm gonna take care of them first. Because as you might... Wow, that guy actually hit. Normally, they wouldn't hit. Normally, they've never hit, but today is the day of things that aren't quite going correctly, so we should be a little bit more careful as we take care of all the enemies that are trying to kill us here. Well, every now and then picking up the various power-ups the game has made available to us. Also, a rocket launcher, always useful. Unfortunately, does spawn a couple of things, though, in rather awkward locations as well, and we are going to take care of those first, before once again dealing with the floaters. And at some point there's going to be a helicopter as well. I think this rocket might make him spawn. Yeah, there we go. He flies really, really high for some reason, and then he goes all the way back down again, almost crashing to the floor. But we got a shotgun, and that is obviously a better weapon than a giant helicopter, so we have absolutely nothing to worry about. We're just gonna grab this armor, gonna grab his health, gonna grab some bullets, and we are going to go inside there. There's a tiny door over there. And when you go inside, there's this thing.
Secret Neanderthal football fans have been found.
Neanderthal football fans. And apparently also some of those guys again, which were doing surprisingly bad, considering I didn't even know they were there, and didn't actually manage to hit us at all going inside there. But after killing those guys, we have a little bit more time to look around the general area inside here. Another picture of the development team, which we also saw in the first plan of the game, where of course there was a prison, so I guess they took that picture back home or something. And this thing, serious drink goes to serious drink for serious monsters. You can pick it up, you can move it around a bit. You can probably throw it on the floor as well, if you really believe. I don't really believe in myself. A little poker table type thing over here, which I wouldn't be surprised if they just took from the first or second encounter. Not sure which one had it. A bunch of couches and that and this thing. If you shoot that thing at the thing, it gets a thing for 100 health. Television. And finally, a pinball table. Pinball table, probably the most peculiar out of everything here, due to the fact that if you look at the reflection, you can see the little house that a lot of the cutscenes take place in, including Serious Sam just sort of standing there, looking into the darkness or the void or whatever, and the ceiling of the little house in there as well. I guess it was probably used there once and then they never bothered to change the reflection, because who really pays attention to reflections of things? Serious Engine. No one does, so neither do we. We're just gonna move on. There's a couple orcs over there still alive. I'm gonna grab every power up here because I'm scared. Because there's a couple places where we might die. Although most of that's just gonna be from instant death stuff, so it's probably nothing to worry about. But we already got hit by these guys, so we're probably gonna take a little bit more damage than we would usually do, and it never hurts to pick up a little bit more stuff. Also, there's a whole bunch of like flying machines, spaceships, whatever, flying cars, I guess, flying all over the place. You can destroy them. There's not really much point to them. Sometimes the helicopter that spawns over there has them crash into it, and the helicopter doesn't care, so neither do we. We're just gonna move on and pretend those things are gone. Now, you might have already heard one of those yellow arachnoid things down there. Gonna throw a grenade to kill it. Oh, apparently we destroyed that. Didn't actually know you could destroy that. But there's a couple down there, and I want to take care of them before we continue going downstairs, because the next battle is fought in a rather awkwardly small area. And I'm actually going to grab this because I don't think we'll be able to actually go back again. But here's an Uzi. And from here, I'm pretty much going to mainly focus on the arachnoids, while every now and then destroying other stuff when the arachnoids are all dead. Because the arachnoids are really the main thing that can actually deal damage here, due to the fact that you are standing right in front of them and you don't really have that much room to move around. So we are going to stand here, focus them down, and when we get the chance, we're going to shoot the floaters and the blue things. It's not like these floaters are actually doing anything. I think that one just got stuck there or something, which is not an entirely uncommon occurrence with these things, because they do just bop into everything, and they're just not very good at anything. They're not very good at anything. And that guy, for some reason, he's already at yellow health. It's a thing that always happens, and I'm not 100% sure why, but it's just the case. But it just means we only have to shoot 4 rockets instead of 5, and that is nice. Now, moving on. Bunch of power-ups. We're only going to grab a couple because we don't need any of these. And it doesn't actually do anything if you do pick them all up, so we're just going to move on. Grab some armor over there, and some ammo for our shotgun because we were running lower. And coming up is the scariest enemy in the game, that turret right there. If it shoots the ceiling unless you're really, really close to it. So all in all, pretty terrifying enemy. Mostly it's the guys around him though, which might actually deal some damage. Fortunately, we have a lot of grenades and a lot of rockets to take care of just about anything here. So we can just keep shooting in that general direction, and it should actually just kill everything. But the turret is not dead, so we could move forward. However, a new turret spawned. That one actually managed to shoot once. The only real problem is, like, if you move far enough back, the turret will always hit the ceiling because it tries to make a shot with a certain trajectory. The bullets are rather heavy, I guess, and they just drop to the sky, I guess, and just hits the ceiling there. And finally, there's that guy. He doesn't really do a whole lot, even at this distance. Very easily disposed of. And we move on. There's a health power-up over here. If you don't pick it up... Okay, I thought it was the health power-up that triggered this. Apparently it isn't. This thing's currently indestructible until it sort of awkwardly moves to the side. There we go. because it's in sort of like cutscene mode, I guess, and has to destroy all the windows because these windows are only destructible by those helicopters.
Cross over to the other side.
And that is a very, very quiet piece of dialogue by Nitriska there. Actually pretty much impossible to hear even in the game itself, whereas usually it's only rather hard to hear in the video. In this occasion, it's actually just really, really quiet. Now, this part of the game, this is a great part. There's a bunch of jumps. We're gonna jump on this thing and then actually go back. Mash the jump button to actually stay on top of this.
Secret items have been found.
And it's gonna spawn 2 of those airships which just fly from side to side. You want to be a little bit careful here because there is actually an invisible wall just stopping you here, which is actually really annoying because it's very easy to just accidentally run into it and then just run off the platform and die. And there really isn't much else to this place. There's one more kind of interesting thing about the secret area, which is that there are 4 orcs here in varying sizes, and they're currently all shooting the wall because I'm just slightly behind it, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of cute, I guess. You can basically keep walking all the way to the other side over here. There's really no point to it though. So we are just going to destroy the second ship and then move on to the next part of this thing. Kind of want those gone because they can actually be pretty annoying sometimes and I don't want to deal with them. Now here's kind of an odd one. You kind of want to jump from this platform to that platform. For one, the jump's easier. But for 2, if you do this, it's actually going to spawn a couple of extra enemies. Like standing on this platform is the trigger to get the extra enemies to spawn. And I'm not really sure why. And I'm also not really sure why they don't spawn when... well, I know why they don't spawn. I just don't know why they decided that this platform was the trigger for that, because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, honestly. But because I waited for a while, we have to wait a couple of times back and forth before we can continue. We get to look at the floaters, though, just bouncing all over the place. And there's actually a couple enemies down over there now. And those enemies wouldn't be here if we never touched this platform. And this platform is pretty great. We get to wait for it to actually go down. And these things are not really synced up very well a lot of the time. But this should be fine, I think. It's going down, though, so we have to wait a little bit. The turrets are actually in a really awkward spot, but they don't actually ever hit, due to the fact that we are on jumping platforms, and they are incapable of hitting anything that moves, pretty much. So, yeah, not really any problem there. Just focus them down real quick, like, kill the orcs, and grab the goodies. Finally, a sniper rifle that's not in a secret area. Hasn't been that hasn't been the case since, like, I think one of the last planets in the game, which is pretty great. And, yeah, we might as well move on, I guess. Might as well grab this. No really a reason not to. And there's another 2 turrets in this next area, which suffer the same fate.
Find the minigun. It's not very far from here.
Suffer the same fate as the previous turret we saw. Well, not the previous one, but the one before that. Where it's actually too far away, and will just about always hit the ceiling until you're just running towards it. Which I obviously wouldn't do, due to the fact that you'll get hit by a turret, and that is not really great. So as long as you just stay far away from it while killing all these dudes, you should be okay. The floater was basically right in my face, still managed to miss, which is honestly quite impressive. But if you spin around like that, it would be kind of hard to aim, I suppose. Then we're just gonna move on, keep shooting things, keep shooting all the buildings and the turrets and the floaters and all the other things that are trying to kill us. These guys have, like, virtually no health as well, which is kind of sad, honestly. They're one of the more sad enemies in the game due to the fact that they're just really, really ineffective in just about every regard. But maybe one day they'll manage to get another shot off in a time where it actually matters. But I'm just gonna say that it's somewhat unlikely. Anyway, we are gonna move on, I guess. We just about killed everything here. There's a whole bunch of bullets. And there are 3, I believe, of those red arachnoids who are trying to stop us. Arachnoids, not arachnoids. They need 6 rockets or 5 rockets and a little bit of damage. But the moment we walk in front of them there, it's actually going to spawn a pretty large amount of orcs over here. So I want to take care of these for a little bit first, due to the fact that they might actually hit us. Like, as long as you just move in this trajectory, they'll just never hit you no matter what you do. Unless you, like, walk back while they're still shooting, then they might be able to hit you. But overall, it's just not going to happen. And we move on to the minigun.
Look around. There to cross over to the other side.
And indeed, there is a way to cross over to the other side. First, we're going to get rid of those two turrets, though. They're actually different turrets. They shoot just beams, which I don't think can even reach. Yeah, they don't go far enough. Or they hit that thing. I'm not 100% sure. But either way, there's a bunch of carrots here.
Mutated plant secret has been found.
They're secret carrots. If you destroy them, they drop a bunch of health. The health is basically pointless due to the fact that we are about to go inside this vehicle over here. This vehicle's pretty great. It flies. And this would be pretty great if this was not actually a really, really enclosed area. There's just a whole bunch of invisible walls here, so you can't actually fly all over the place. And also the level exit is right there. And I'm pretty sure this battle goes on for a really, really long time, if not forever. So we are actually just going to go over here. We have to get out of the vehicle, though. And we're just going to go here.
Damn! Come on! Say hello to Papa.
And yeah, that is really the more fun method of beating that level. Judging from the estimated time, you are actually supposed to be fighting there for a pretty long time, but it goes on. I once sat there for like 5 minutes just shooting stuff, and it's just continuously the same enemies, like those blue dudes that we've been killing for a while now, and they just keep coming and coming and coming, and it's just another one of those instances where it's just more fun to just leave. And that's what we did. So I hope you enjoyed it so far. And the next time we play, we are going to do level 37, which also has a name. And I hope to see you there. Bye-bye.